so that at least we can have something easier for all of us to build. So of course, you always say success starts with what you call action. Action is the key thing. And then of course, another thing that we also need to have is belief. So believe, that is the program you create for yourself. Of course, we always say develop a strong belief system. Belief is key. So if the moment you set up your belief so strong, it means there's nothing that can bring you down. Then when it comes to programming yourself, we have two types of programming. We have what we call the internal programming, and we have what we call the external programming. So when it comes to the external programming, of course, it's always being encouraged that every day you need to program yourself daily. That is what we talk about personal development. So programming yourself to be a super leader, and that is one way you can be able to grow yourself. So internal programming is what you strongly believe on, right? Then external programming is what you get outside for maybe your PD every single day. So you always say if you empty money on your mind will empty money in your wallet, right? So if you grow yourself mentally, it builds you up to be a strong person, to be able to grow so well. So we always talk about the subconscious mentality. So subconscious is very powerful than the conscious mind, okay? So program yourself to be a powerful leader, eliminate the disempowering things on your mind. So anytime, that's one thing I used to take time with, trying to fight what you call the negative thoughts. So the moment you see some disempowering thoughts coming up on your mind, cultivate yourself in a way that you can be able to escape it, okay? So identify your own psychological tricks that maybe you can be able to use not only for yourself, but also for your prospects, okay? So people do things because of feelings of motivation. That is always the main thing. The moment you program yourself well, you can be able to have a smooth sail in your business, okay? So when it comes to closing techniques, I'll share briefly about that. There are three primary questions that your prospects might not ask, but when you're doing your closing, you need to make sure you answer all these. So this applies both to Zoom prospects and also physical prospects, like the prospects you meet one-on-one. So the first question is always like, does it work? Does it actually work? So that is the first thing the prospects that comes to the prospect's mind before you even talk to them about business. They have to ask themselves that thing. So here you point out what you call success, depending on what you do for a living. So if maybe you're always trying to come up with psychological tricks, maybe that person is working. So you're always like, freedom is key, because if you no longer plan yourself, you realize you will still be working for a lifetime and there's nothing big you're going to create for yourself. So when it comes to showing, answering the question, does it work? So mention, increase the credibility of exactly the company we are dealing with, right? Talk about the expansion we've done to different countries. I believe all of us are on WhatsApp group, and I forwarded the program we always have for our Zoom trainings. That is the program that talks about the Zoom trainings we have for Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Uganda, we have Cameroon, we have Zambia. That is one way you can even do to close a guest. Maybe you are doing with them a Zoom session, trying to close them up. You're like, our business has grown bigger. You're trying to talk about the credibility of your business. That is what answers the the prospect's question. Like, does it work? Does it work? Because we cannot be doing business in all these countries if this thing was not working. So talk about the legalities that have been met in all those countries. So if that person is from Zambia, maybe you can close them with, that is the schedule me I always use, by the way. So when I'm doing the closing, I'll be able to show them, this is how our schedule looks like. We have trainings for Zambia. You can see we have trainings for Kenya. We have trainings for Uganda. We are doing a global business. So this means that we are here to help you also expand your business big at one point in time. That answers that question. Then the second question, which a prospect never asks you, but also you can try and answer it in your closing. Can I do it? Can I do it? So here, of course, you point out to the system of doing the business, the system that we have maybe as the Freedom Eagles that we use in doing the business. So maybe you can even ask them a question, show them exactly what you're doing, then at least you can pose a question to them, because 95% of people in the world, they don't like selling. So when they see maybe products, they look at the structure, they're like, they start losing some interest, all right? So make sure that at least you show them the system we are always using to build up a network. So the moment you're always saying like, we have two types of market. We have the warm market, the cold market. This is what I'm going to help you build. Give out an example for your own case. That actually doesn't mean it happened to you that way, but create out a story which you can be able to use to do the closing to your guest. So we are trying to actually make a sale at the end of the day. So make sure that at least, you can create up some psychological tricks that will help you make that sale. So for example, for my case, I always like, in my contact list, I had 450 people in my contact list, and the moment I was signing up, my inviter was asking me, my warm market list, he helped me to set up what we call a name list for my contacts of 450 people. And from this list, in the first 1 month, I already had my 4 guys in the business. This actually the support system that was given to me. It became easier for me to make money. Then I'll be calculating with them, with 4 people, this means how much did I make? If you have maybe 1 account, for me, I started with 3 accounts. So it means this how the people were arranged. This is the money I made. So it makes sense to them. So come up with a way. Ask them, if I show you the same thing that was shown to me, are you ready for business? Can you be able to do the same thing? And probably all of them will always be saying yes, all right? Then of course, number 3, the question that also prospects might not ask you really, but you need to make sure you're handling it in your closing. Will you help me? Will you help me, all right? So help them achieve their dreams. That is the most important thing. Let them know you will be there for them, So that is one thing that, of course, prospects always try to check, because when it comes to prospecting, that's about the closing. Let me talk briefly about prospecting. So the key to generating leads through social media is through a number of several things. I know most of us are using social media. So our prospecting really has to be improving every single day. So the only easiest way on how you can also grow social media well, make sure that you deliver value consistently, all right? You can provide value through videos. You can provide value through what you share on your timeline, etc. So be an influencer in social media. That is the key thing, being a networker. You become an influencer, right? So you give up your need to be perfect. Stop believing that no one wants to hear from you. Some people are always afraid to share because you're like, anyway, who wants to listen to what I have? So make sure that you come up with content. And the key thing to have endless content, make sure that you invest yourself in books, invest yourself in videos, invest yourself in audios. The moment you hear a networker speaking, you'll definitely know this is someone who takes time to do personal development or not, from how they talk, and a lot of things. So make sure you invest a lot in your personal development. That is one of the easiest way you'll be sharing you'll be coming up with content on your social media every day. So that is one thing you can borrow from the leaders you're seeing around. When you check on my timeline, the same thing. I will try and provide constant value to my people every day. And that is one thing that builds traffic for my side, okay? So make sure that you also learn, make sure you also teach the same things that you might try to come across with in your prospects. So we always say the key to personal power is the ability to take action. Very much important. So if you really want to build up a strong business, make sure that you act. The moment you are learning about something, go back to the basics and act on the same. So our cold market prospecting, of course, if maybe you are building up your main account, for me, mostly my messenger, I use my main account to do messenger. It becomes easier. The no trust factor becomes easy for me because number one, you need to be genuinely interested in people. Don't appear to be less sales. You just are looking for sales. Make sure that you pose yourself in a way that most important, you are interested in them, all right? Then give them sincere compliment. Maybe you're starting up a conversation. And for me, I don't have really a specific way of being my messenger. Of course, I have the scripts, but depending on the prospects I'm handling, I will always have various ways on how to handle these people and talk to them. So I can even give a compliment, a very sincere compliment from what they have on their timeline, etc. So make sure that you can be able to do that. And of course, when you're prospecting in the cold market, you need to be very confident. You need to do it a lot, consistently. And that consistency is the key. Make sure you do it every day, every day, every day, without fail for 90 days. Take a break, sit back, check what you're doing, what are the results, come up with another plan again, go back 90 days of doing the same thing. Then no emotional attachment. Our business, you need to have zero emotional attachment. You can even do 100 conversations. Then you realize you've only gotten 5 contacts or 2 from that day. It doesn't mean tomorrow you don't wake up, do the same thing again. So you need to be confident a lot in what you're doing. Do it a lot with consistency. Then no more emotional attachment. Detach yourself from the results. Very key thing. Then be consistent. Have a routine. For example, for me, I'll say a number is 100. Every day, I'll be doing it. 100 people every day. I don't care about the results. For me, what I'm actually interested on is the activities I put in, because our business has its own unique ways of rewarding you. When you're starting up your business doing the activities, it doesn't mean you will start today, you talk to 10 people, 10 people are joining. No, we always say what you cannot play in skills, play in numbers. So you have some people, they play in skills. Those who have stayed in the business for long, they exactly know what works, what doesn't work. You're all right for them. Then those who are just starting up, you realize you have to go with a burst of energy to start and see which one works for me, which one doesn't work for me. Then you now specialize. If this is working for me, you do it consistently without fail. So that is the only thing you have to do. All right. Then when it comes to the invite, all right, on the invite forum, let me talk about even on the prospecting aspect. There's some number of terms that you make sure that you can try and avoid. Let's say something like, of course, when people will hear something like presentations, people will hear something like appointment, business opportunities. Those are terms you'll always hear alias trying to avoid using when you're doing the cold market prospecting. It is too suggestive, all right? So come up with something that you can maybe be able to use. For example, most of the times you will see, for me, instead of saying an appointment, I'll maybe say we have maybe an opportunity briefing, something of the sort. Find out something that you can be able to use on it. Then, of course, on the invitation, the less you say, the more you make. All right. So, in invitation, you are the boss. Stay in charge. Be confident. All right. If maybe you're doing a call, mostly a call. Calls are very tricky. The moment you handle the call is what will determine if the prospect will be able to show up for your invitation or not. So if you're picking up a call, be confident, introduce yourself, find out the want. If you cannot take the call, be in a hurry and direct them to maybe your WhatsApp. Then they can get you there. So if maybe you can adopt terms like idea instead of business, all right? So maybe adopt some terms like idea instead of business. Business looks too big. So have something like an idea. There's an idea I want to share with you tomorrow on how we can grow our lives. Create some time. 10 minutes, 20 minutes might be enough for a head start, all right? So make sure that you can cultivate something like that. Some people will always be trying and insisting, tell me now here on WhatsApp, or someone will call you and then they will tell you, I think I'm using my credit, I'm using my airtime. So tell me everything on this call right now, right away. So remember, you are the boss. You need to stay in charge. You are the boss. Never bend down to fit on a prospect shoe. So make sure that you don't get scared. You remain confident. You remain calm. Then for me, I'll always give an example. I will say something like, especially if it's a man, I'll be like, it's just trying to get an haircut over the phone. Can you get an haircut over the phone? No, you will need to wake up, prepare yourself, go and visit the barber, sit there and wait your hair to be done, because you trust a barber is a professional. They cannot cut your hair over the phone. As simple as that. So make sure you stay postured. One thing that we lose sell, we are always trying to be shaky and we appear as if you're not sure about our business. You are the boss, assuming you're the top sales manager of Coca-Cola. You are sitting on that big chair. People are coming with ideas. How are you going to pose yourself? Can you be shaky? Can you be afraid? Can you be emotionally attached? No, you are dealing with a big business. This is a big brand I'm building up. So whoever picks up my idea, I work with them. Those who doesn't, I still move to the next person, right? That is about the invitation. I feel most people have not yet mastered that art so well. We tend to lose sales in between there. Then, of course, before the presentation, I have like a three-step setup on how you can use. Maybe step one, that is now on the presentation part. That's why when you look at maybe the trainers, that's one thing I think the trainers have information about. We are always like, of course, the first thing before I start my presentation, I will share about my why. Why exactly am I doing this business? And authenticity is key. Be authentic. If maybe you're working, connect with them. If maybe you are a student, connect with them. You are a business person, connect with them. Have a why, strongly connecting to your story. Don't have a why because you had someone saying it. Create your own why. What exactly attracted you to this business? And that is the same thing you also want them to experience. Authentic. Then, of course, number two, step two, let them know it's a big deal. Let them know this is a big business. This is a big deal. Let them not think that you are trying the business on them. All right? Put it like this, something already working. This is a business that is working for so many people. We are not trying the business on you. Either way, whether you join or not, we are still okay. So that is one thing you have to create in your prospect's mind. Then, of course, step three, let them know that you want to do, that is what I was trying to say. You can do it without them. Let them know that joining you is not a favor. In fact, it is their own favor. Some people, when we see, especially the big fish syndrome, we tend to really bend low on that aspect. Maybe you've gotten someone is telling you, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. Then you feel like, this is a big fish. Let me calm down. Let me listen. Yes, what can we do? Then the guy makes you feel inferior. So make sure that you don't bend that low. Still stick to your lens. If your invitation procedure talks about this and this and this, stick to it. Some people even tell you, come and visit me to my office. Then you stop what you are doing, you go and visit them. Then you realize they are just going to take you there maybe to humiliate you. So make sure that at least you are aware. You are aware of the type of prospects you're dealing with. From how I talk to someone, I will be able to read their mind. I will know this person wants to fix themselves on business. This person wants to waste my time. I know how to sieve my prospects, and I will always still give them room for to get their questions more. So when it comes to closing, there's a psychology of closing, guys, which you guys, once you master so well, you can make some crazy sales. Now, the primary motivator that makes people buy is what you call emotions. People buy what you call emotions, right? So when you ask like, what do you think? What do you think? It is not asking for a decision, right? So the number one fear, of course, in the world is the fear of rejection. Some people will do a very good training, then on the closing, we mess up. Now, what do you think? What do you think? So you bring out the negative side of that person, and you might not make the sale. So the number one reason why people don't get started is not lack even of money, lack of money, or even maybe lack of belief. It's because they're never asked to join. So when the presentation is over, your job is not to sell. Your job is to collect a decision. So after the presentation is over, don't start again doing the presentation. Go directly and collect a decision, all right? So we always say it takes 4 to 8 seconds to make a buying decision, 4 to 8 seconds to make a buying decision. So the average salesperson will not even allow 2-3 seconds, all right? So they try and make it as fast as possible. Hi, how was the training? I'm glad that you made time to attend the training. Did you manage to follow from the start to the end? Yes, I did manage. Wow, wonderful. Congratulations for creating time to be part of our event. That shows you, that shows me how serious enough you are with this business. And probably maybe from what was shared, do you still have any question or any concern where you haven't understood? Then someone will be like, I have this question. Try and clarify with them. If it needs a visual, do a separate Zoom. If it's a one-on-one, have a notebook and a pen, a circle book. Show them practically. Then once you're done, any question left? No, wow, I believe now you're ready to get started. Can we sign you up today? Which package do you want to pick? All right, so you actually are in control and you exactly know what you want to give to them. That's what makes people buy, all right? So a few keys on closing: have fun, smile, make sure you smile. Don't be too serious again. Make sure you put that smile. That's why for me, I'll always prefer, whether it is a Zoom or physical, make sure your prospects can see you. Make sure they can see you. Some people here, we are always depending on these chats we are doing on WhatsApp. That's not how we do business out here, guys. People need to feel that you are there to help them grow the business. So walk out on that phone, do a video call. All right, when you're on that Zoom, let them see you guys. We are business people. That's why we are doing branding. When on our WhatsApp, we've done very good branding. When you come to handling guests, I don't know where we mess. Because someone can even say, I closed a prospect who signed up with 3 accounts, and the prospect was telling me, I thought I will meet someone different. So it is you now, right? Because she was looking at my profile picture. Then maybe she thought I've just taken another picture and put there. So then she was like, I'm happy I've seen you. I didn't see anyone in the Zoom training, but I've seen you. I'm happy. So some little things are what adds some value to you. So normalize doing videos. Normalize doing videos. So people here complaining of not making sale, and you are not even attending Zoom session to check your guests if they attended. You're not even doing videos or even voice calls or even calls. You're just chatting. How was the training? You're chatting. No sale. You will sleep there and you realize no results. So if you really want to get the results, go for them without fail. Make sure you go for this sale. Sale is something that comes for crazy people. If you're just normal, you want normal things, a prospect has attended a training today at 11 hours, you are closing them after 2 days, forget about business. Shut down your shop and go back home. So if you want to get results, you've invited someone in 11 hours, be there. So that's why I always say, if maybe you're not available, it's either invite that guest in the evening when you are, you are there. You can log into the Zoom, check your guest, they have attended, yes. Open up a closing session with them after the training, close the guest instantly. That's how you end up with a sale. So that is one thing we guys have to make sure we are working on it. So have fun, smile, then posture up, okay? Realize they need you more than you need them. So make sure that you are showing them that power. Then be excited, guys. People buy your enthusiasm, people buy your happiness, people buy your confidence. That is one thing that makes people attract your business. Then zero emotional attachment, as I've said. We cannot expect 10 people have attended Zoom today, 10 people have joined. It doesn't happen like that. So make sure that you have zero emotional attachment. When someone tells me, no, wow, wonderful, I will praise them. I'll praise them because I know one day they'll still come back. So I have nothing attached with me either way. So you tell me no, I praise you, I congratulate you, and I give you some time. You'll always come back. Then, of course, tell yourself you'll have to close. Believe in yourself. That was one of the weakest points when I was starting my networking business. I was not very good at closing and making sales, but I had to convince myself, I'm good, I can do this. And I started building up. Then always assume the sale. Don't always put in your mind. Some people here, we are funny because we are always like, the economy is hard, there is no money. So you're approaching the prospect with the mind that, hey, let me just try. They might not even sign up. Economy is hard, though. Now, who told you economy is hard for everyone? Economy is not hard for everyone out here. People have money, people want business, people want health. So talk to those prospects as if they are joining today. Don't generalize. Applying, there is no money, economy is tough. Who told you? No one. People are still buying cars every day. People are going to shopping every day. People are buying new clothes every day. People are taking kids to school every day. People are spending money every day. Our business is a business of value. Health and money will never miss. So go and tell those prospects, we want to do this now. Let us do this now. Face them. Even if you can get out of your video and do a closing, go and do it. So a sale is something you don't go for easier. Some of us, we can do many sales here, but we really are clumsy. We are just that cool, and people don't like cool people, all right? Make sure that you go for it tough enough. So as I'm winding up, because my training is long, my training is long enough. As I'm winding up, these final thoughts on closing, though I'm not yet done, I feel I have to talk more about the closing part. When it comes to some few number of tips of closing is all about leadership. Have that in your mind, guys. Closing is all about leadership, all right? People like to be led by great leaders. People don't like to follow followers. So when a prospect tells you now, which one do you think I can start with? Now I even don't know. Let me see it. Now, what do you don't know? Make sure that you tell them, this is the support I've, even if you're a day old in the business, log into the WhatsApp group. You've seen people have been congratulated there. Some of us, we don't even congratulate our friends, you know, or our other champions. Maybe you feel you don't make money. For me, this is what I used to do. I will log into my WhatsApp group, you know, that group for members. I've seen guys have been congratulated, they are making money. I'll show my prospect. This is what our team is doing. Look, this is what our team is doing here. You are already missing. You are wasting some time being out there. You know, things are tough, but our business will create solutions for you. So make them see the power of our business. Eric Warren always says, some prospects have to be led to a decision. Some prospects have to be led. They don't know what they really want. But the moment you hammer it so well, they will buy your business. They will see your business. And that is how you make a sell. So always remember, closing is about leadership. How strong are you when it comes to doing the closing of sales? How serious are you with your business? Because if you're not serious with your business, even closing will run away from you. Now, one thing as I'm winding up, if you are making up a sell, improve on your skills, massive enough. If you're not making a sell, question your leadership posture. All right, when it comes to closing, people want to see leaders. People want to buy and follow leaders, not followers. All right, so if you're not even maybe sharing, because you cannot invite all of you guys to do testimonials maybe on Zoom, but when you hear someone is being congratulated, post there, share something on the comment section, you know, congratulations so and so for grabbing your mastermind slot. More power, we are ready to support you. After that, give them a call, so much excited. That is what people buy. So I want us to really restructure our ways of doing business. We can do more because the numbers we are getting every day are crazy, but the conversion is not that good. So I want us to work on those little fine aspects. Then all of us, make sure you are sharpening yourself. It is your business. It is not your upline business. It is not your downline business. If you're not making money, it is you. Question yourself. Call yourself for a meeting. Find out why you're not making money. Because out here, people are still making money. People are doing results every day. So I want it to be a norm for all of us. Because we are 50 in this training. If all of us can even push for 10 guests every day, we are filling the room. That is 500 guests already. So when I see 100 guests, 80 guests, I feel like we have not yet gotten to that point. So it is time for us to go back to massive action. Time to go back for massive results. Refuse to be average. Refuse to be normal. Money is not made by normal people. Ask Mr. Elias. He will tell you money is made by abnormal people. People who are not thinking normally. People who are crazy. You know, when you get so much obsessed with your big goals, you become like an abnormal person. There's no time that you have to waste. You're just thinking about supporting people grow their business. You know, I want to get more people to my business. I want to build more people. And that is one thing that will grow you. Okay. So that has been a great training. You know, the excitement is very amazing here because this business is our business. And the moment we treat it that way, we are going to win and make a lot of money. All right. So I want to wish all of us the very best. And Mr. Raymond is saying, I don't want to be normal. No, there is nothing like normalcy when it comes to our business. You need to become abnormal. Get so much crazy with your activities and results will follow you like this. So we don't chase money, chase results. Have a blessed evening. Remember to do your PMA, especially for the Zambians. We've seen things are really taking some much time. So make sure that you do your PMA as early as now, all right? So that you don't miss out your earnings for next month. And then for those who are in Kenya, make sure that you've also filed your KRA tax, okay? So for those who are in Kenya, most of us, I think, have not filed your KRA. So make sure that you also file your KRA returns to make sure that you don't, charge the penalties. Then also work on your PMS, guys. And the activities still remain the same. So let's have a higher gear of doing business and may God bless us all. More power to the Freedom Eagles campaign project, more results, guys. Have a blessed evening. See you in the other trainings. Have a blessed night.